President Muhammadu Buhari receives APC female governorship candidate, promises to flag her campaign. Searchlight on the collections of the permanent voter cards. This and more on today's panorama. I am Nolin Ebel Ame. Welcome. We begin with matters of security as Governor Babagana Umara Zulum has confirmed that Boko Haram insurgency is on the verge of becoming history in Borno State as more than 90% of the security challenges has been addressed. The governor stated this while briefing journalists after an audience with President Muhammadu Buhari. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo has the details.
Governor Babagana Zulum was in the State House to once again show appreciation to President Muhammadu Buhari for his administration's genuine efforts at ensuring that Borno State is restored to its former glory as home of peace. During the closed-door engagement, the governor had told the president that posterity will surely be kind to him.
So far, so good in terms of security. The federal government has done well. The military has also done very well. We are now looking into the possibility of rehabilitating the victims of the insurgency. Quite a number of them have surrendered, and then the federal government is supporting our mission of rehabilitating them. But most importantly, we have closed down all official IDP camps within the Maiduguri Metropolitan Council. So now we don't have any official camps, IDP camp within Maiduguri Metropolitan Council. The unofficial camps will also be closed in the next few months. Very soon, we shall resettle communities of Gudumbali local government area of Borno State. And then we shall also resettle all our refugees that are living in the Republic of Niger, Chad, and Cameroon. President has given approval to this effect, and very soon we shall start.
Governor Zulum said his administration is now focused on sustaining the provision of critical infrastructure across the state for enhanced socio-economic development.
We are looking forward to see how we can rehabilitate Maiduguri Gamborungala Road and then Maiduguri Banki Road with a view to opening up opportunities for the people to earn their means of livelihood.
Despite his performance in office and popularity amongst the people of Borno State, Governor Zulum said he's getting re-elected for a second term in office is a matter of destiny.
It is impossible to question the destiny of God.
So how is the campaign going?
Very well. Campaign is going very well. Borno State is APC family. One big APC family.
This is the first formal engagement between President Muhammadu Buhari and Governor Zulum in the new year. From the State House, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
On political news, efforts by the governing All Progressives Congress to reclaim the governorship seat in Adamawa State received a big boost as President Muhammadu Buhari has resolved to personally flag off the Binani gubernatorial campaign in the Land of Beauty. National Chairman of the APC, Senator Abdullahi Adamu, confirmed this after leading the Adamawa governorship candidate of the party, Senator Aishatu Dahiru Ahmed, to an audience with the president. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo again has the report.
The APC national chairman and the Adamawa governorship candidate of the party, as well as her running mate, Tsiganama, were accompanied to the State House by the Minister of Women Affairs, Pauline Talen. They are here for one and only reason, to say thank you to President Muhammadu Buhari for not only ensuring a level playing field for all to pursue their political aspirations in the party, but also his promise to travel to Yola on the 9th to personally flag off the Binani governorship campaign. Senator Dahiru Binani is the only female governorship candidate of the major political parties for the 2023 elections.
Felt we just have to come and appreciate him and show him how happy we are, how happy Nigerian women are. We are very grateful.
How did he respond?
Wow, he was full of happiness and joy, and he prayed and prayed and prayed that may Almighty Allah make this a reality so that his administration will leave a legacy of a woman becoming an elected governor in Nigeria.
No federating unit of this country has produced a chief executive officer, female, for the state that the APC is about doing under President Muhammadu Buhari. And as chairman of the party, I felt a sense of responsibility and duty to come and appreciate him.
I was on my knees to thank him for the support he's given our very dear governor in waiting. And that was how he addressed her. He said, by the grace of God, this is our governor in waiting. He prayed for us and he said we should tell the world that the end of our complaint as women has come. Because we've always been complaining that we are marginalized, that now we have an opportunity.
NTA News sought to know what makes Binani a phenomenon in the political landscape of Adamawa State that everyone talks about.
Because Binani is known to be one person that love associating with the grassroots. My politics is nothing but grassroots. So if you go to Adamawa, if you just mention the grassroots, the next name is Binani.
I am calling on all well-meaning Nigerian women to support this cause and to call on all Adamawa women and men of goodwill to cast their vote to this credible woman who has the fear of God, who has the love of the masses at heart. She is just like President Buhari. Buhari's politics is the grassroots. She loves the common man.
Atiku factor is not a threat to our political ambition. Atiku is just another politician in Nigeria. Okay? Evidence, history has shown he is defeatable. He is defeatable. He has tried it many times. He has been defeated. And if you go by the performance of the governor of the state today, we have reason to believe that by the grace of God, we will form the next government in Adamawa State.
The governing APC, he however said, will not be complacent though, but assured the people of Adamawa that Senator Binani will live up to expectations if elected governor. From the State House, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
Prospective voters are anxious to convert eligible voters in Calabar metropolis, are showing more commitment as virtually all INEC centers visited are crowded with registered voters turning out to collect their PVCs.
On the 12th of December 2022, the Independent National Electoral Commission commenced the distribution of permanent voter cards to eligible voters who are yet to collect their permanent voter card. Though the electoral umpire in Cross River State had earlier decried the low turnout of registrants for collection, long queues are now trailing collection centers.
You have to go to by windows to get your PVC. It's not encouraging.
If you look around, you will see that we have both disabled people around, so there is no provision for them.
It is good to get the PVC so that you vote the right person in.
As the electoral umpire takes steps to devolve PVC collection to registration areas and wards from Friday the 6th to Sunday the 15th of January 2023, citizens want INEC to improve on the collection process.
We have several wards under here. Yeah, so I'm coming all the way from Satellite Town. I even met people that are coming all the way from 8 miles because I think this particular office covers the whole of Calabar municipality. You know, Calabar municipality is very wide.
I will advise that it should be distributed to various polling units or wards. It will be easier for everybody to actually get.
As the deadline for the distribution of the permanent voter cards closes in, eligible voters are hoping that the Independent National Electoral Commission will keep to its promise of taking the distribution of PVCs to the ward levels to ease collection and prevent Nigerians from being disenfranchised. In Calabar, Justina Etam, NTA News.
Thank you, Justina. More on the PVC collections as we join our correspondent, Aisha Obali, who is live at the LEA Primary School, Garki Village, one of the collection centers in the Federal Capital Territory. Hello, Aisha.
Hello.
All right. If you hear me, can you speak to us on the situation over there?
Okay. Thank you very much, Nolene. I'm here at 005 here in Garki Village, the LEA Primary School here in Garki Village, and this is just one of the ward polling units here under Garki ward. We have another one at Apo. We have the third one at Asokoro. But on getting here earlier, we noticed that they've been able to display area codes on the wall. So when the eligible voters get here, you check for your code on the wall. If it's not there, if your code doesn't fall among those ones displayed on the wall, you're being asked to go to the right place. But for those who insist to come, they have to get inside and ask the INEC officials, and they are also referred, because earlier somebody was even asked to go as far as Orozo because his card is not among those that are here. But the information we got from the INEC officials is that they were here as early as 9 a.m. And just for this unit alone they have 5,209 CVR cards to distribute, and the transfers is 3,300. That's what they have just for this unit. But I also observed something, that when I came, there were few nursing mothers who were waiting, and I was thinking that INEC will give them preferential treatment and just ask them to get their card and leave, considering they are nursing mothers. But I think that was a huge oversight. Maybe when we're done, we'll tell the officials inside and see what they will do for the elderly, the pregnant women, and even the nursing mothers who are on the queue waiting to collect their card. But it's seamless, it's well coordinated, and people are coming in and getting their cards and leaving.
All right. Of course, you have told us that it's seamless and orderly. And now, considering allegations of certain sharp practices, what would you say? Did you observe anything like that?
No, those allegations, we heard them earlier. We heard what was happening, but sincerely, this is the best decision INEC took to decentralize the cards, taking them to the ward level. You can see that there's no much crowd here, because this is just dealing with those that have registered under this ward. But there's nothing like that. We have the police officers, they're right behind me, even at the gate, able to coordinate and monitor what is happening. That they're even helping the INEC officials to direct those that are not supposed to be here, so that to allow peaceful and seamless process.
All right, very well spoken. Thank you so much, Aisha. Okay, let's pause here for a break. Thereafter, we shall be joining Abubakar Musa in our Meduguri Network Center for the continuation of Panorama. Good afternoon.
The vaccine offers hope for a safe country free of coronavirus. I urge all state governments, traditional and religious leaders to take the lead in the mobilization effort within their environment and spheres of influence. I similarly urge all eligible Nigerians to present themselves and be vaccinated in accordance with the order of priority already mapped out at the various authorized designated centers only.
Nigerian Security Printing and Minting (NSPM) says its attention has been drawn to various clips, skits and comments on various platforms regarding the quality of the redesigned banknotes recently unveiled and issued by the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN). A statement by the Managing Director and Chief Executive of the Nigerian Security Printing and Minting, Ahmed Halilu, affirms that the new Naira notes are of the same substrates and equally pass through the same printing processes and finishing procedures, noting that the redesigned notes have security features that easily differentiate them from forged or counterfeited notes. Ahmed Halilu states that the Naira is Nigeria's legal tender and national symbol and should not be subjected to experiments or criticism that will devalue the notes, and acknowledged that international standards and procedures were deployed in the production of the new notes. He emphasized that the Central Bank of Nigeria since 2014 has achieved zero importation of currency, developed local capacity and to an extent conserved foreign exchange, and must be supported to sustain the drive. Away from that, now to look at issues concerning security and panorama. The unrelenting efforts of the military in stemming the tide of insecurity in Northeast Theatre of Operation has resulted to sustained peace being enjoyed as the insurgents continue to surrender daily since their first denouncement in 2021. Memuna Garba takes a look at the situation.
The kinetic alongside non-kinetic approaches adopted by military in the counter-insurgency operations have helped in bringing normalcy to the once devastated region. Suicide missions and attacks on communities, among other terror activities, have drastically reduced, hence social and commercial activities picking up as the situation is gradually going back to normal.
We don't used to go to the farm. Our business is not moving on, but as of now, we can move. Our business is moving on now.
Muna yaba ma Maiduguri da Borno gaba daya. Da ba za mu iya mu fita ba, amma yanzu muna fita.
These, among other successes recorded by the military, have paved way for sustained significant peace in the theatre as the military continue to clear remnant and marauding terrorists.
We have greatly degraded the capability of the insurgents, and we have denied them freedom of action to attack soft targets, that is the villagers and the farmers, as well as troops location. You would have observed that attacks by the terrorists has greatly reduced. In fact, it is almost non-existent for now. An offshoot of our activities has led to increase in the number of terrorists that have surrendered.
With the continuous massive surrendering of insurgents, both federal and state governments have moved to ensure that repentant terrorists undergo proper de-radicalization program, after which they are reunited with their families, a development that will further restore lasting peace to the region.
The desire of the federal government is to make sure that we settle you well, so that you can do your own work and your business, and you can live with your families in peace.
It is hoped that the significant peace being enjoyed will be sustained for development to thrive in the Northeast. In Maiduguri, Maimuna Garba, NTA News.
A genuine commitment and collective efforts by all stakeholders involved in the counterinsurgency operations to end the carnage is yielding more and unexpected positive results. At the top of the efforts to restore peace and normalcy to the Northeast region is the Nigerian Armed Forces leading operations spearheaded by the Theatre Command Joint Operation Hadinkai. Now, with me in the studio to discuss successes recorded in 2022 and prospects for an end to the Boko Haram insurgency in 2023 is the Theatre Commander Operation Hadinkai, Major General Christopher Musa. Sir, it's actually great to have you in our studio today.
Thank you very much.
And compliments of the season to you.
Thank you very much.
All right, Theatre Commander, what has changed with the aggressive counterinsurgency operations and other approaches by the military in 2021?
All right, thank you very much, Abubakar. My viewers, thank you. It's always a great privilege to be here. The theatre remains focused, committed to the peace process. In the Northeast, we've continued to intensify our activities
throughout last year to this year. This year, especially that we have the elections coming in and the census coming in later, we know that it is very, very important for us to sustain that peace. We've heard from the governor, the executive governor of Borno State has just mentioned that Borno State is 90% ready, and I can assure you that Borno State is ready, and in fact the entire Northeast is ready. We will continue to support the civil police, who are the lead agency regards elections and census. We ensure that all communities are secured, routes are cleared, and everybody does his business, legitimate business, without any hindrance.
All right. Okay, Theatre Commander, now with the reconstruction, return of IDPs and civil authority, how much support are the local governments, receiving from the military?
Fantastic. I think we couldn't have succeeded this much without the support of the citizens from the local authorities. Everybody has understood that asymmetric warfare is people-centric. So we need everybody to be on board, and that's one of the things we did when we started. For everyone to understand that he has a role to play in the peace process. It's not only for the security agencies, but everyone, and we can see the excitement and the support we're getting from the citizens. It's been wonderful. The state government has been remarkable in all the support we're doing. We work seamlessly together, including the local governments, the traditional rulers, the religious leaders. Every stakeholder in the region is giving us the much desired support, and that's why we're succeeding.
And then you're not going to rest on your own?
Not at all. Not at all. No, it is not yet over. Yes, it is not over.
All right. Okay, that's great. Now, what are the latest numbers in terms of the mass surrendering of insurgents, a reintegration program, and how are these developments turning the tide of the conflict?
Yeah, very well. When we started in July 2021 to December 2021, we had over 20-something thousand. Just throughout last year alone, we had over 50-something thousand that have surrendered. So far we have about over 83,000 that have surrendered. And all since they've surrendered over 1.5 years now, it's been peaceful. To show you that they are willing, and we have reports that a lot of them out there are willing to show, because they've understood that they were deceived. Initially, those that started Shekau and his group deceived them into thinking that they were doing a religious war, or not knowing that they were actually fighting for their own pockets. Most of the commanders are just trading with them, using them as slaves. We can see with this number that has come out, that's what we have. We're getting the peace. And what we want to thank the federal government and the state government is the ability to hold, cater, and provide good management to the surrendees, and that's why we've not had any issues. We have sorted them out into the combatants and the non-combatants and their family members, and they are treated separately. Those of low risk are being rehabilitated. There's a DDR program on a smaller scale has been conducted, where about 1,000 are taken, de-radicalized, and then reintegrated together with the local authorities. We don't do anything without the local authorities knowing, and then we also understand that the victims have to also be taken as part of it, and that's what we're doing, and that's why it's seamless. You have not had any rancor. We have been releasing some of them gradually back into the communities, because we know that the reintegration process is the most important aspect, because for them to be able to go back to their communities and be accepted is critical. So we're working on that. For the non-combatant, for the combatants, they are being kept. The DDR program is coming up very shortly. The new camp is being constructed, and I think very shortly things will flow.
I wish we could continue, but I'm afraid time is not on our side. Theatre Commander. Okay, at this point, we'd like to say a very big thank you to the Theatre Commander, Joint Task Force Northeast Operation Head General Christopher Musa, for your insight into Panorama this afternoon.
Thank you very much.
Compliments of the season to you once more.
Thank you very much.
Away from issues concerning security now, on what can be described as negative effect of nature on humans' health, cold weather triggers and worsen quite a number of ailments and other related challenges in humans. Let's now join NTA's Pauline Kujevana at the State Specialist Hospital, Maiduguri, for more on the harsh cold weather as the temperature drops to its alarming point in Borno.
Weather is a recurrent phenomenon that comes with seasons. Here in Borno, there is usually a drastic downtick in atmospheric temperature in between the months of December and January, resulting to harsh cold weather. This cold weather triggers a lot of health challenges in humans. With me is a medical expert with the State Specialist Hospital, Maiduguri, Dr. Muhammad Nur Abubakar Mustafa, who would tell us the implication of this harsh weather.
Thank you, Pauline. The air that we inhale in affects virtually the respiratory aspect of the humans. However, this harshness will lead to some disease condition and aggravates some already existing ones. The cold, on the other hand, also affects and aggravates some other conditions like asthma, bronchitis, chronic obstructive pulmonary diseases. The cold will now constrict the blood vessel, which will now reduce the blood flow, which in turn will lead to some bronchospasms, which will now cause disease conditions. And as a result of the cold, people will now tend to come together, stay in one room, and then be crowded. People that cough do now change normal flora that they do have in their body, which will subsequently cause disease to the other person.
What are the remedies to these cold weather challenges?
By virtue of just putting nose masks, you are preventing yourself from bacteria, you are preventing yourself from cold and dryness. Taking plenty of water. If you know you have health challenges, take your medications regularly and visit the hospital for a regular checkup. This will now help and then reduce the burden of the weather on people that are having some background disorders. Using of garments, form of sweaters, don't go outside or outdoors, especially during the morning hours. That will now reduce the exposure of anyone that is having those kind of diseases.
With this analytical advice from the medical experts, the way out now is adherence to the remedies. It's back to you in the studios.
That's true, Pauline. Thanks for that. And that is how it has been on Panorama for today. We thank you so much for watching. But don't forget to always stand with the Nigerian Television Authority in winning the war against rape and rapists. Do enjoy the rest of the weekend.
NTA